is Intuit.
So my name is Karuna Ramachandran. I've gone to school in 3 different countries. So I started actually 2 different countries. One in India, I went to school for my bachelor's. From there, from my graduate program, I came to Canada. So I completed my graduate program there, and for work, I came to California. Currently, I work at a company called Intuit that makes software to manage financial matters. Bringing the team together and having the influential skills. Not only the influential skills for your team to believe what you're saying, and also the external person who's going to take the work that you're doing, right? You have to influence why this is important, right? And the ability to connect the dots. There are so many different diverse skills, diverse projects, so you should be able to connect each and every dot so it becomes their whole. They have to be very keen listeners, active listeners, to know from everyone. Rather than suggesting solutions, they have to listen first, and then just step in when they need and kind of step back when you don't. Listening, I think we all know it's important, but I didn't know how much it was unless you become a manager. I think every team member wants to be listened to, whether right or wrong, they want to be listened to. Right? Take the time to listen to everyone, and then don't be too directed in your way of doing things. Everybody brings that. If you don't listen, then you're shutting down everybody else's ideas and opinions. I think we all look for a common goal. That's the biggest one. If we all believe in the common goal, what we're trying to achieve, then the team comes together. And you have, as a project manager, first and foremost, you have to know what their strengths are and what their weaknesses are. Everybody wants to feel valued, right? So give the job that is going to work towards their strength and not towards their weakness. And from there, bring the team together, have a mechanism where you bring the team together every other day, depending on how the milestones are, every other week or every week, so that they can see what each and everybody's accomplished. Then we can say, as a team, we have got it. Ideal team would be everybody should be a team player. It's more like a sport, right? You can have individual stars, but I think everybody, if they have a mindset, a mindset is the most important one. It's all about something called a learning mindset. In the sense that I am going to grow if I learn. If they come with that mindset, then it becomes a lot easier. Team morale is recognizing the team's strength and also complementing the team with different skill set actually helps the entire team actually learn them better. I think it's evolving to becoming important. Now I think everybody needs to code, right? That's how the world is kind of evolving. It's tech. We are all dependent on technologies, right? No matter what we do right now, you're dependent on technology. So even if you don't have that skill set, but at least you need to have some knowledge of it, how it works. We can only help you, we can't hurt you. So in management, they compare that to a bicycle. So the front wheel and the back wheel. The front wheel is to steer, right? The back wheel is the power. So in management, they always teach us, if you're a manager, you have to be really strong in the steering skills. And they have what are all the steering skills you need to be strong at when you're managing. It doesn't mean that you can't be hollow in the back power skills, right? For the power skills, you need to have some technical, at least conceptually understand what's going on so you can steer better. Timely communication. Sometimes we think everybody knows what we're doing. That's not the truth. So in project manager, what is important is have either a good cadence of communicating, and don't keep it too wordy. Don't keep your emails very long, but over communicate. It's better to over communicate than not communicate. And also if you have long email release, so be very clear about what you're communicating, and even like a 5-line helps. I think it's important to establish one-on-one relationship. Coach them in a more close setting, saying why. If I think as people here all have good hearts, if they understand the why, they come around. So have more. Some employees need more one-on-one coaching, give them that. And if you keep telling them why this is why it's important, you can overcome it. But there'll still be issues, but you just have to go through it. Yeah. And it's also the combination, right? Sometimes these two individuals may get along well, but if you pair them up with someone else, it doesn't work well. So find who's going to work well with others and put them in projects where everybody flourishes. And the second one I would say is sometimes the team that you have formed, they don't see eye to eye in what they're doing. That's why it's so extremely important to create a clear expectation of what is that endpoint going to look like, so that we can keep it. Key stakeholders. Yes, there will always be differences when you have strong leaders. So first is, what is the business question you're trying to solve? For one, it could be, I want to solve X versus Y. At that point, I'm in the data field. So what's important is to give facts and then let the facts decide. Where is the biggest opportunity? Once you see the facts, then we can decide on, okay, here is the number, which is, one number is so much higher than the other. I think the biggest opportunity is going to be this. Budget has less of an issue for a bigger company, right? If some work has to be done, they normally support us. That's not been the issue. But even for budgeting, what's important is everybody wants to know the rationale, right? Why? Once you've created the compelling, they call it the compelling platform, saying this is why I need the budget, and this money is going to give me, the outcome is going to be this, then you're normally supported. Things not seamlessly working, where we think, okay, I'm going to accomplish something in week 1, and we're not able to get there is because something broke. The technology is broken, so how can we mitigate that? So that has been the biggest challenge. I would say with all the technology innovation that has happened, that gap has been bridged quite well. The time is the problem. The 2 a.m. for us is like afternoon for them. That's a problem. But in terms of teleconferencing, talking to them, it has we have come a long way on that. I think we should have a flexible environment. Working from home, sometimes you need that alone time, just thinking time. And when you're in an office setting and cubicle and stuff, it can be disruptive. So if you want to work from home, maybe you take a leave, that's fine. But as I said, if you have to come in for a team meeting, because there's nothing like face-to-face, right? Especially when you have to get over a barrier. If you get everybody in a room, it's so much faster to get over that barrier than to work remotely. So I don't say I prefer this over that. I think we should all go into the flexible mindset, but knowing well that if all hands on deck needs to happen, all hands to be on deck, so they need to do it. I think what is the biggest learning for me is having the clear expectations and guardrails. Not just guardrails I mean is you give them freedom to do what they want. The expectation is you're not a manager who's going to micromanage them. But on the other hand, you should also set some clear guardrails saying that you can't be absent or you cannot work remotely all days. Because of the traffic and everything that happens in the Bay Area, it's okay for us to have flexible environment. But to say that I will never come into work, especially when you're working in a team setting, can be hard. So having that clear guardrail saying that work from home, but when needed, you need to be at work. I led a team last year, 2013, with about 25 folks. It was successful not because of the outcome, it was also successful because it was diverse individuals, and we also had to manage folks from external. So there was a consulting company that came to work on this project. So not only are you working internally managing the people who work at Intuit, but you're also managing folks that are from outside. So that, again, they're not from Intuit, so the mindset and the company differences are all different, right? How do you kind of overcome the barrier when you have a very short time frame project that you need to finish? So at the end of it, we were able to finish. The biggest outcome was more, we all were able to deliver what was done, and also at the end of it, they all felt, I want to work with this person again. So one particular manager, he was outstanding in what he did, and he himself told me that this is all learned skill. It's not, everybody's not born with those skills, but there are lots of things that you can learn from. And he was very influential in how you kind of approach project management and work to people's strengths. And also when things are not going well, he would call a spade, right? You can only sugarcoat so much, but also sometimes you have to be very direct and be honest with yourself and with your team. That's a lesson I learned.